Thank you for stopping by and welcome one and all, my friends, my fam, my fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and in today's episode, an attack for everybody. That's right, Town Hall 16, from Noob to Pro. But now, this is not a noob attack. This is a pro attacking in a noob attacking style. Yes, this is Electro Dragon Spam, which is arguably the easiest attack strategy to master at Town Hall 16, the easiest way to grab yourself a 3-star, although there's a lot more to it than on the surface that first meets the eye. The spell timing and placement here is absolutely critical, but it is also one of the most forgiving attacks in the game in that you can usually set it, let it, forget it, and walk away with a massive 2-star win. Obviously, when you get everything just right, it ends up being a 3-star on a fully maxed out Town Hall 16 base. You see the King's giant gauntlet going off there on the right-hand side. Generally, not a lot to the depth of this attack. Obviously, when you take an amateur style attack and you put it in the hands of a pro, the outcome is almost always going to be a 3-star. But on our scale from noob to pro, if you are a closer to low skill player, I might say, somebody who just wants something easy and you just want to get in there and get the attack done and walk away, this is the attack for you. Electro Dragons. I've definitely been guilty of using this a lot, and although it is not as reliable as some of the other attacks we will show in today's episode, it is probably just about as strong. Now, some would say that the fact that this style attack can triple a maxed out Town Hall 16 base indicates that offense is overpowered right now and the game is out of balance. Not really going to address that issue in today's episode. Let's just move on and talk about attack number 2, the amateur style. This is the middle of the road. It's not quite as involved as a really elaborate attack like you'll see at the end of today's episode. It's not just straight spray and pray, spam and ran. This is obviously a queen charge with root riders. This is very similar to what I've been using, although, of course, this army is a little bit more varied and detailed, and some of the facets of this attack, like that blimp entry, appear to be simple, but that's actually a beautiful funnel of the Archer Queen, isolating her and making sure she goes exactly where Sir Iron wanted her to go, which is going to be eventually after the Town Hall. The beauty of the Queen Charge Root Rider attack is, again, its simplicity. You've got the Archer Queen walking, charging on one side. Generally, you're going to use the Barbarian King on the opposite side to complete the funnel. Down the middle go the Root Riders, and that is exactly what we are going to see right here. Root Rider attacks, in fact, harken back to the early days of Hog attacks in that walls don't matter. You ignore the walls, you're only looking for the placement of defensive buildings. That's going to indicate your pathing. So notice right here, you've got the Barbarian King at the top of the screen, and then the Root Riders coming in on the top right about at 1 o'clock, headed for that cannon. And again, the path is very predictable if you just watch from cannon to bomb tower, in after the scatter shot towards the eagle and the air defense. And that is the obvious path of all of these extremely slow-moving Root Riders. The Queen Charge took out the Town Hall, so that big element of danger for the Root Riders is gone. Barbarian King funneling on the left-hand side, grabbing some more of those outside defenses. And then it ultimately comes down to the timing of hero abilities and, of course, spell timing and placement. That's it. That's all there is to it. So although a little more complicated than the first attack today, not nearly as complicated as some of those really involved Sui hero charge Lalos like we might see maybe at the end of today's episode. But this definitely a middle of the road attack that I think any player can get good at, but obviously has a lot more moving parts than your straightforward E-Dragon or any troop spam, right? You need to keep that Queen Charge alive. You need to get the funnel to be effective, and ideally try to get your main attacking army, in this case the Root Riders, to avoid the damage and the death ball of all of those defenses that are right around the Town Hall. Here, Sir Iron is running into the same problem that I have repeatedly with this attack, and that is time. those root riders are so excruciatingly slow that time is always a factor, and you can definitely run out if you don't get your queen charge, your funnel, and everybody started quickly enough. Now let's move on to level professional. And again, like I said, all of these guys were pros. Just so happens that Exorcist is on the primary team of the tribe roster, and in here, dropping an attack that really doesn't involve any of the new troops, spells, strategies. We have seen this attack from Tribe for literally years now, since the beginning of Town Hall 15. The Queen Charge or Hero Dive, getting in through half of the base, and then the other half is the Lalo portion. You can see the Flame Flinger at the top. That in and of itself is a high risk, high reward style siege machine. You need to make sure you protect it, keep it out of range of long range defenses and hidden Teslas. And again, it's a lot to deal with right now because you've got the Queen Charge or a Hero Dive. You've got the King that is not actually working to funnel your main attacking force. He's just in here cleaning up. He's going to go after the defending Archer Queen. The siege machine at the top, the Archer Queen getting massive value. And as usual, you will see roughly half of the base gone before the second half gets wiped out by a quick Lalo pass coming from the bottom left of the village. And let me warn you, this attacking strategy is deceptively simple in appearance, but extremely complicated in execution. And just coming from personal experience, okay, let me tell you that there's been quite a few times that I've gone back to the drawing board and said, hey, you know, this cannot be that hard. I could Lalo a base, and repeatedly I get shut down. I really have never had much luck with this attack strategy. I think that it requires way more study, way more skill and patience, and of course, just the number and variety of troops and spells. You can see we still have a poison, invis, and freeze left. All sorts of ancillary and cleanup troops that are there to help out for certain situations that might pop up as you're working your way through the base. Most of us don't have the time to study a base and get to know an attack like this, but it does pay off, and obviously there are reasons that this attack continues to be one of the primary methods to 3-star a Town Hall 16. So in fact, looking at the recent wars in both CWL and for, say, Tribe Gaming in their regular clan wars, it does feel like Town Hall 16 defense is behind the curve. Too many 3-stars happening right here. Did players advance too quickly? Is the game out of balance? We will talk about it in a future episode. Leave your feedback down below, and thank you for sticking around all the way to the end of today's episode. You were the true hashtag GalaFam. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet, and I hope to see all of you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, that does not look that hard. I could do that easily, daily, any base, any time. It's true.